Hey, good morning, Rythmia. Hi, it's Gerry from Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. I'm excited to be chatting with you today. I'm going to wait a minute for traffic to build. So we are located in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Hi, Jen. And what is Rythmia? Rythmia is a life advancement center that uses plant-based medicine and metaphysical teachings to bring about enormous and crazy change. How do we know that it brings about change? Because we survey people when they leave electronically and at 6 months. And the crazy stat is 94.2% of them as of today get a miracle during their stay. And it's a specific type of miracle that has to do with remerging. It's remerging with your soul. It's an amazing miracle. Last week, hi Meg, hey Tim, hey Johnny. Last week we had Taita, Juanito, Chindon here. It was a crazy week. It was a beautiful week with guest and help in ceremony. We were, hey Melissa, hey Meg, we were over 100 people. And it was amazing. It was amazing. Just crazy. This week I have my good friend Panache Desai, one of the greatest energy workers of our time, is here. We have a full house again. It's just amazing, and we see these changes happen in these people's lives. And I want to tell you something: when these folks leave, and the crazy part about coming here is that no matter how many workshops you've done in the past, things that didn't stick. So we send another survey at 6 months. 97.55%, that's 975 out of 1,000 people who have been here, had the miracle, and it's still working in their life. And they report that this was the week that changed their life. 6 months later. It's hard to get this stuff. It's hard to get this stuff, right? And it's beautiful and it's easy and it happens here all the time. It's a very hard week. Anybody who tells you stuff, anybody who tells you that this is an easy week is lying to you. This is a hard week, but what a wonderful, amazing week. Hey, Cash, all the way from Scotland. Glad to see you. This is an amazing week, but it is hard work. And it pays dividends. It pays dividends. And those changes are yours forever. When you have this change here, it is yours forever. My life changed completely as a result of an event that we have replicated to happen for all these people. How do I know? Because this week marks a special week. We had our 5,000th guest. 5,000th guest. It's a beautiful week, and so that's where that data came from. That's where that data came from. So it's real good. Okay, I want to talk about something. Hey Claudia. Usually I talk about. Hey Sheila. Let's see where Sheila's at. Sometimes, yes, Sheila, sometimes people don't merge off the bat, but that's usually people that are doing ayahuasca without a program. We're not an ayahuasca place. We're a life advancement center. And because of that, there's tons of programming that goes around the ceremonies. We do something that honestly nobody on earth does, that we know of. So please, and I never say not to do ayahuasca. Listen, doing ayahuasca the wrong way is better than doing almost anything else the right way. But I want you to come here, give us a shot at you, and we'll see. The thing that I can tell you is out of every 1,000th person who's been here, 942 of them got it on the first time. Crazy. Very good. I want to talk about something. Usually I talk about my friends that are coming. Michael Beckwith, Panache Desai, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, I usually talk about that. But I'm not going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about my program. I have a program called Truthenomics. And it's not a manifestation program. It's a creation program, and I teach it myself. So this is a program that specifically teaches people who've merged how to create what they want, the world that they want to create in their lives. And that is June 23rd to 30th. So you get both things at the same time. Truthenomics is a book that will be published. I'm on the last chapter of the book, so that book will probably be published in 6 to 8 months. But the program is being taught now, June 23rd to 30th at Rythmia. You can come and do the two things. You can merge your soul and then go through the Truthenomics program at the same time. And it's an amazing, amazing program. How do I know? How do I know that this works? Yeah, I'm a high school dropout. I didn't graduate high school, and I became a millionaire in my 20s, and a real millionaire, somebody that had $1 million. I took a company public in my 30s and had $140 million net worth. I went broke at 37 or 38 and started another company, and I sold that company at 42 for about $90 million. I know how to do that part of this thing. Yeah? So I want you to come and I want you to go through this thing with me, and I swear to you, you will leave here a changed person, and that thing that happened to you. So a lot of people come to Rythmia, have this experience where they're merged back with their soul, and then have questions about the creation process. So I wanna jump to that. So if you've been here before, you've merged before, and you want information on the creation process, come back that week. It's June 23rd to 30th at Rythmia, and we want to have you here. We want to have you here. Okay. Great. Hi, Anna. Hi, Mary. Glad that you guys are here. Hi, Sveta. Hi. I can't make it in June. Will you have another session for this? Yes, I'm going to start doing this about 2 or 3 times a year. This Truthenomics, because the Truthenomics thing is super, super important. And hey, Zinlin, how are you? And Anthony, how's everybody? And why is it important? Because it clears things up. So all of a sudden you have a merged soul. So you're merged. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hey, Josh Trent, nice to see you. Yeah, you have a merged soul, and now you want to use that merged soul in life. So what does that look like? Well, the same thing that happened to merge that soul has to happen in life. And what is that? We have to be truthful about where we are now. So we look at our life, our business, what we're creating, and tell the truth about it. It sucks. It's priced too high. It's this, it's that, it's the other thing, and be fucking honest. You see, the whole problem with folks that generally are not merged and they're in business is that they tend to use dishonesty when looking at the issues that are facing their business, and that leads to a wider gap between what's going on in the business and reality, and that usually is a financial drain. Generally speaking, I'm speaking in terms. So the steps in Truthenomics are know exactly where you're at the moment. Don't worry about fixing it. This is all Rythmia is, all Truthenomics is about honesty. That's all it's about. We're not here, listen, the people that come here, they have an idea of what's not working in their life. They don't come here to learn how to fix that. They come here to talk about it, to admit that they have it. The medicine fixes that. They've been trying for 30 years. They can't fix that. This is beyond them. This is surrendering into something. Same thing with the business. You tell the truth about the business. I have 7 employees that should have been fired 8 years ago, or whatever the thing is about your business. Not to change it. Then we take a look at exactly what it is that we want. And I mean exactly down to the color of what it is that we want. Then we look at how are we going to get there. And that is a process. And this These are the steps involved in this thing, and I go into it. This is, you're looking at it for 2 minutes, and then there are tricks and tips and everything else that goes along with this. This is probably an 8-hour program. But when you leave, you have everything you need. And I'm going to tell you something. I can pretty much on demand replicate success. So when we started this business, people told me, Gerry, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. There's not enough people in the world that want to do this. There's all of these different things, and you'll never get anybody here who wants to do this, and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, 3 years later, since we've been licensed, we got licensed in February of 2016, 17, 18, 19. 3 years later, all of a sudden, we're full almost all the time. Almost all the time. So this system works. It works. And it's a process of getting to your own truth. So I always say this in these Facebook Lives. The first thing in all things and the last thing in all things is the truth. Anytime you deviate from the truth, you're wasting your time. Not only are you wasting your time, you're wasting your parents' time, your kids' time, your lover's time, your partner's time. You're wasting fucking everybody's time. Any deviation from the truth, and that includes wishful thinking. Oh, my business will get better. This will happen. This is going to go on here. Wishful thinking is another form of a lie. So this is how we do. And it's really hard to be honest about our business when we're dishonest about ourselves. Really hard to do, right? It's really hard to do. If I'm dishonest about myself and try to be honest about my business, there's a thing that's going on there, right? And this is not about fixing. It's not about fixing. Fuck, if you could fix yourself, you'd be fixed, right? If you could fix yourself, if I could just stop drinking, I wouldn't be drinking. If I could just stop doing this, I wouldn't be doing that. If I could just be this, couldn't do it. So what is this about? It's about being truthful about what our issues are. And letting something higher than our conscious self, so our highest self or God or whatever in the medicine, take care of that and fix it. And that's what it does. And that is what it does. So we begin and end with truth, hence the name Truthenomics. Why economics? Because most people really are stuck in creation as an economic thing. And I'm going to tell you that a part of it is financial, but most of it is more. Well, you know, my favorite excuse me, I see it again. I'm an effer. But my favorite movie, I think, of all time is Jerry Maguire, because it has my favorite word in it, and that word is the Quan. And I love that word. I love that word because in a universe that was built to support us, the Quan is an attainable state where everything starts to work. You have this going and that going and this going and that going, and it's all working. It's all working. And that's what we want. We want these people. And that's why when people leave here, when they leave here and they go into the world, they're on this cloud and it stays. Not that there's not good and bad and ups and downs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the permanent shift has occurred in them and now their life is on a different trajectory. Right, Patty? Patty with an I. Your husband's here this week and I'm getting to spend some time with him. But when this happens to you, your life is changed and on a different trajectory forever. And there's no more quitting. And what do I mean by no more quitting? No more quitting. Here's what people do. We're on 7-year cycles to learn something. And they get to year 5 and they quit. And then they start over again. And they get to year 6 and they quit. And they get to year 2 and they quit. And it's just constantly ranked, constantly putting yourself into starting over. So there is no mastery. The only thing you get good at is starting over. And that's not what you want to get good at. There is no mastery in not sticking with this thing. So whatever this thing is, and I'm going to tell you something. So this is how the system kind of works. You find out who you are. You merge back with your soul. From that perspective, you can find out what you really want. And what you really want is going to be fucking hard. So you better love it. If you're doing it to get a new Mercedes or to have to impress a person of the opposite sex or some other crazy shit, you're not gonna hang on when it gets rough. And everything is going to get rough. There is not one thing that you're going to do, and everything is going to work out. Like I don't know, like the crazy thing. Look at the one-hit wonders. How many there are. The worst thing you want in your first year as a band is a top 40 song. The worst thing you want. So this is, and if you look at it, everybody is a 7-year overnight sensation. Usually 7 to 10 year. And look at the struggle, and look at the struggle, and look at the struggle, and be part of it. And I'm going to tell you what, if you click in and make up your mind that this is your thing and you're going to have it no matter what, shit gets easier. Do you know why? The universe supports inertia. So the universe, we're living in an energetic vibratory field. We really fucking are. And when the universe picks up on your energy of not quitting, it gets the fuck out of the way and assists. That's like in NASCAR called drafting. All of a sudden, you're getting an assist. And there's a universal assist. And what does it respect? Motion and definiteness. So if I'm in motion and I'm definite about it, shit just falls into place. It's when I'm not in motion, when I'm apprehensive, and these are, or when I'm not in it strongly enough. When I'm in it strongly enough, and you don't have to be loud about it. You have to be in it with your here. It knows it. And you know what? Not only does it know it, but every other living being that's around you goes from opposing to supporting. Just the way that it is. It's the way that it is. So I want you, and it's absolutely consistency. So let's talk about consistency. It's a great thing. If you're consistently quitting, and that is your habit, it's not because you're picking wrong. It's because you're not here. Because if you were here, you'd be picking from the right side of the menu. And what does picking from the right side of the menu mean? It means picking from my aligned soul and my healed heart. It's picking from things that I'm in alignment with. Picking things I'm in alignment with. Hey, James, that I'm in alignment with. And if I pick from something that stirs my healed heart, I ain't going to let it go. I ain't going to let it go. And God forbid you're saying this to yourself. Yeah, but I can't do that because I have to pay for this rent, and I have to pay for this car, and I have to pay for that. Well, I tell you what. It doesn't take you to do something full-time to do something from your heart. If you're a great baker, if you're a great cook, if you're a great sweater maker, if you're a great healer, if you're a great life coach, you can do that in an hour a week and you can give it away. You can give it away and start living your passion. So there is no excuse. There is no excuse in the world. There's not an excuse. The only excuse is death. And if you're watching this, you're alive. So that's the only excuse. It really is. So I want you to come to the Truthenomics. And this is not a Tony Robbins, and I love Tony Robbins. But this is not a Zig Ziglar, and I love Zig Ziglar. Sell, 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 baby. This is not. This is a scientific approach to what I have done for myself. I've consistently done for myself, and I've watched hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people do it. 5,000 people doing it here. And it's a way to apply that principle in my creation life. In the life of, hey, Eileen, how are we doing? Aileen, sorry. It's applying that principle in my life of creativity. It's doing that. It's doing that. So I want you to really look at yourself and say, am I, the first step in this is, and here's a great way, if you're talking about money and you're 40 years old and you have $20,000 in the bank and you've been working since you're 20, congratulations. You've managed to save $1,000 a year. That means at 60 you're going to have 40,000. Yeah. Now look at that and be honest about it. Yeah, but my dog died, my uncle did this, my dog, whatever it was, because it is a replication. So until something changes, it replicates. Yeah. So this is what it's going to look like. Assess that. Assess your business. If your business is more than 7 years old and it's not happening, got to talk to you. You have to have a talk with yourself. You have to have a real talk with yourself. If your relationship is over 7 years old and it's not happening, if you know, you just take a look at these things and they all start to make sense. But the easy one is how much money. If it's about money, and I can tell you, we live in a spiritual community, and you folks, my conscious cultural creators, my conscious community, the people I love, have the hardest time with money of any subgroup I've ever met. Because there's this big conflict. Oh, money's not good, and da-da-da, and it's all fucking crazy. Because it's not at all true. Money's energy. And all energy is energy. That's all it is. It's not good or bad, it's energy. Now, making that energy work for you in your life is a nice thing. Like in a perfect universe that was here to support you, do you think that universe wants you to be afraid, running scared, worried about making your rent payment, getting a car repaid? No, it doesn't fucking want that. That's something imposed by you, by your thought, but before your thought about your alignment. So really, 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 and this shit is not shit. This is truth, and it really is truth. And I want you to experience, number one, the come together, but number two, the outward expression of that unique merge in life. And what that looks like is abundance and beauty and peace and all those things. That's what I want you to get. So please, come to Rythmia this June 23rd to 30th and be a part of this thing. I'm talking to JJ, who's going to be doing the About Your Miracle class for me that week, and he's phenomenal. And I'm going to be doing the Truthenomics. And we're going to do a double merge and a double purge. We're going to get it all cracking. And I love to see you. So listen, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and get us on your calendar. And usually I don't sell like this, where I want people to come, you know. But I really want you to come for this, because it's going to be a really, really, really great thing. And it will be our first Truthenomics workshop week. And you'll be in it. Please come and please see me. Okay? Have a wonderful week. May God bless you and hold you. And we'll see you at Rythmia soon. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Peace.